Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Doby. A big item that we are seeing, well, we've always seen it, but certainly with more intense scrutiny and certainly with a higher degree of prevalence in our society, has to do with the large idea of planning, financial planning, as we age. And specifically, I'm looking closer towards the end of life kinds of things. Now, we can go several different directions here with what we're talking about, but specifically, we're talking about planning for folks who are senior, who are later in life, looking at the spaces where cognitively and physically skills begin to diminish. We see it a lot here at North Main Financial Group, and there are some very specific things that are important to keep in mind, either A, as you're caring for someone in that space, or preemptively for yourself, that you want to keep in mind as you're thinking about a space where, which is true for most of us, we're going to be in a space of cognitive and physical decline. So when we're looking at those kinds of things, financially, planning-wise, what are important things to keep in mind? We're not going to be comprehensive here, definitely, but just a couple of big points for means of discussion today. First big one, it's a good idea, and I know this is challenging for some, but it's a very good idea to have someone have a power of attorney for you. Now, I'm not going to get into all the legal on that, but essentially, very quickly, power of attorney is where someone else is able to make decisions on your behalf if certain criteria are met as defined in the document. It allows for decisions to be made if cognitively or physically you're not able to make them for yourself. So we strongly encourage that to be preemptive. Second big thing, especially as we're declining cognitively, be wary of scams. We're seeing them all the time, especially, unfortunately, this time of the year. We see them a lot with folks who are senior, and we want to be mindful of those kinds of things. A lot of details there. That'll be part of a separate discussion on another North Main Minute, but definitely you want to be wary of scams. Third big item to keep in mind, long-term care expenses. One of the most challenging discussions that we have here at North Main Financial Group because the expenses are so significant. How do you prepare for those? How do you plan for those? What does it mean, especially in a husband-wife scenario, if one is in a facility and one is not in a facility? Several different ways in which we can come at it. Important to plan for it if you can preemptively so that when that time comes, you're ready to address it. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, perhaps to talk about what it means to plan into a space where, again, our cognitive and physical abilities begin to decline, perhaps you're already in that space caring for someone else or at the front stages of that sort of thing, and you want to be a little bit preemptive from a planning standpoint, we'd love to hear from you. NorthMainFinancial.com.